Hi everybody, welcome to the Silent Hill game that doesn't take place in Silent Hill. This would be the second one, because, you know, Silent Hill 4 doesn't take place in Silent Hill either. So, yeah. But yeah, I am joined by the lovely Pandemonium, who also speedruns this video game.
I do.
Yes. As well as other games like Yakuza and what have you. But yeah, in 3, 2, 1, let us begin the run. So this game has actually changed quite a bit in the last month. We can't backdash anymore. Sedge, they patched it. But also, they made the game functional now. Hooray. Because for your viewing entertainment, I asked Oscar, would you like frames or would you like the game to be pretty? And Oscar said, pretty. So here we are, because that's what's happening. But yeah, so the game is now more stable, hooray. And also, like, you know, you can change the graphical settings and it can run at 120 frames if you want to, instead of, I don't know, dying a death as we're running down the hill to go find our friends. There's not really a lot to talk about in the beginning because of that, because there's literally nothing you can do. Not even go through...
Yeah, you can't even dash.
The driver's side of an opened car out the passenger side. So no, instead we're gonna go a different way. It's not even an option. And then you're like, oh, okay. And then we're gonna walk and take 14 steps.
Yeah, but you can technically still backdash. They just nerfed it, so we used to like put on a specific omamori, and you could just infinite backdash basically. The caveat being that if you get hit, you die instantly, but just don't get hit, and it's fine.
Yeah.
Talking to someone that has run Expedition 33, and it's, oh, you're fine, just parry.
Yeah, exactly.
It's like, oh, okay.
There's no parrying here. You just gotta hope you don't get hit, but we don't have to worry about that anymore.
I think the cursed sword is the only one that can like parry, but yeah, we don't get that for UFO.
We don't even see it in UFO.
Yeah, that's true. We don't even see it.
So here we have Shu, and then we're going to be chased by spoilers ourselves, but you have to play through the game to understand that. So we're just gonna run away from the fog and these nice flowers. Luckily, Hinako has done track and field. Hooray. So we can't get grabbed by these flowers yet, and I say yet because there are like 3 cutscenes, and also gives us the chance to be caught. But if we're caught by the flowers, we lose time, and who wants to lose time in a speedrun? So once we pass the 3rd cutscene, we're fine to get caught because we still have to wait for the monster to hit a certain spot. And so now we're free to get hit by flowers. We're not going to, presumably, hopefully, but, you know, we're free to get hit now. As we're just running as fast as we can through the streets as flowers are trying to grab us and as a monster is going to enact tryptophobia upon us. That's another reason you wouldn't want to get caught is, you know, if you're afraid of tryptophobia, because it is totally a thing in this game. Warning, tryptophobia is everywhere, depending. So we've been hurt. Our sister has saved us. I'm not going to pick up the bandage because unlike endings 2, 3, and 4, which are like, please do not take these capsules, ending 1 and ending 5, aka UFO ending, do not care. If you take a capsule, you are locked into ending 1. Or, you know, UFO ending, which doesn't care because it doesn't even go through the entire game. But if you take a single pill, it is like you are locked out. Oof. Which is big O-nos.
Yeah, it's really fun to get towards the end of the game to find out, like, in Hinako's house, you find out just what ending you have. Like the puzzles will change in there, and yeah, if you're doing a run and you're like, oh no, my run's dead now because you accidentally ate a pill.
Dun, dun, dun. But we don't go to Hinako's house in this one, so we're fine.
We don't have to worry about that.
Yay!
But we do have to worry about this mannequin. It is so funny, because if you are playing on 120 frames per second, she is completely free. But on 60 frames, you have to dodge away from her. Otherwise, she is going to grab you. And if you get slowed down, you've done a perfect dodge, which does refill your meter. But again, you're in slow motion, so it's like, oh no. So that is bad. But luckily, you can dodge out of it immediately. The thing you do have to worry about, though, in UFO Ending is making sure you turn on this radio. Because if you don't turn on this radio, then the aliens won't come.
Yeah.
Aliens in the UFO Ending? What?
I know, right? And now we don't have to worry about anything until Chapter 3. Technically, there aren't chapters, but the way the people who made the timer, they have split everything into chapters. So if you're ever confused, like, when does it tell you it's chapter insert number here? It doesn't. It is specifically for speedrun purposes that we call them chapters.
Yeah, which really confuses me, like when you go to set up live split for this game and you're like, I don't know what chapter that is. Like, what chapter is that? They don't tell me that.
The answer is you use the auto splitter, and the auto splitter will tell you what the chapters are. There are 16 in total. So now we're just running away from monsters. Also, there is a reason that I healed, and that reason is so that I can get past a hitbox easier, which is actually coming up soon. Again, we're not really fighting anything. You don't really fight anything in UFO Ending, to be fair. There's like 2 things in the entire run that we're gonna fight. One of them being a boss. So there we go. There's the hitbox that I was trying to pass. For whatever reason, when I'm in a damaged state, it's much harder. And I'm like, I don't understand. Because here's the thing. There's no speed differences. Hinako will always run at the same speed, which is great. And then I'm going to grab the kitchen knife.
I don't know.
Weapon.
I guess when she's damaged, she just becomes really wide. I don't know.
I don't know. Double dodge past that one, which is a thing that I found out when Oscar asked me to do this show, and I was like, oh, huzzah, I don't have to wait for the death animation anymore. Hooray. One of the things is when you are in real world, as I call it, your weapons will degrade over time. And when you're in Fox world, they don't. But again, since we're only fighting 3 things in the entire game in the real world, we don't really have to worry about our knife being damaged. You can repair them with toolkits and what have you. I actually just passed the first toolkit that you can grab, but it's not too big of a deal. Now we're entering that fight that we have to do, which is against 3 mannequins. Sometimes this mannequin will die in 1 hit, other times it'll die in 2. It's kind of random what you're gonna get. And that's the end of chapter 1, and all of a sudden she has a pipe in the cutscene. And now we are off to Foxland. And we have a puzzle to solve. Hooray!
Huzzah!
Because of course, puzzles. And how do you tell the answer? Well, you can zoom in on each of these, but because I've done this 1,100 times, we're done. But now we're in what I call headache land. So Hinako will get these headaches periodically, but you can dodge out of them. But the downside to this is the fact that Hinako's stamina will start recharging the second a headache starts. So it's kind of like, and also sometimes the game will debate you, where it's like, hey, by the way, you just dodged, but guess what? You weren't actually in headache mode, so guess what? Headache mode, and then you're like, oh, now I've just wasted 2 pips of stamina. Cool game. And now we're just following the Fox Man. The F stands for Fox, by the way.
I'm sure nothing bad will happen if we follow the Fox Man.
No, it will be fine.
Yeah.
Now, fun fact,
Okay.
because we are on New Game Plus, we actually get to skip a puzzle here completely. Because on New Game, one of the dials is missing from the door we're heading to. But because New Game Plus just keeps the dial there, we don't have to go and try to find the dial. So it's like, huzzah. Puzzle skipped. Also, we never use this knife. However, I did accidentally discover that if you don't switch to the Nagata in the boss fight and you counter hit with the knife, you're still going to be fine.
Oh.
And I was like, oh, okay then.
That works.
This is not the door that I was referring to, but it's fine. Also, because we skipped the puzzle to find the dial, we actually skipped the introduction of an enemy type. So that enemy is just randomly going to appear when I unlock the door and grab the key. Surprise!
I will say I really like that they added like so many differences in the New Game Plus form of the run or the vanilla game. Like all the things that aren't really explained suddenly. Oh, this makes slightly more sense. Or here, this gear wasn't there before, now it is. It's like they want us to play it again.
5 times.
Right?
So here we are. Here's the example of the game debating me. You'll see how I dodged out the door and then it immediately went into headache mode right afterwards. So sometimes that'll just happen. It's completely random. Sometimes also, depending how you're holding your direction, you will also appear, like she'll be facing inside the room instead of out the door. And it's like, oh no. But yeah, because we're on casual difficulty, these guys do like no damage. Nothing actually does no damage. And now we're into chapter 3. So every time you're switching between Hinako and Foxworld Hinako, the game auto heals you every time. Even if you're playing on like the harder difficulties, it's just like whatever, it's fine. And then you're like, oh, okay. So there used to be a huge risk-reward thing in Chapter 3 with another enemy type that gets introduced. But on casual difficulty, it's always free because he just doesn't do enough damage. And despite the fact that I am using the Omamori that increases how much damage an enemy does, it's hilarious how it doesn't matter anymore. Because the Elephant Omamori allows you to not get stunned when you're hit, but also increases the damage you take. But it's, again, you'll see when I get to the part. I'm also using another Omamori that allows me to do a super counter hit, but it eats all the stamina. But because there is the Higashi, which gives you unlimited stamina for a period of time, it doesn't matter that it eats all your stamina because you'll be fine. And then with this enemy right here, the second it starts to make any kind of noise, it's usually a creak of the bones or whatever you want to call it, you want to start doing a dodge, otherwise it's going to grab you. Also, remember when I said aliens? Aliens.
Ooh,
so
aliens.
No matter which one of these you hit first, it will always drop the sword. But in order to do the UFO ending, you have to hit the posters in order, and they all have a number between 1 and 3. That is always the first one. In New Game Plus, which is what Panda runs, she doesn't hit that one. She'll go for, I believe it's the second one, because it's on the way to the school, because that weapon is actually very useful in New Game Plus, and very helpful. We don't pick it up here because, again, we don't fight anything. So now we're gonna enter interact with a cutscene, and this is going to spawn a new enemy type. This is the enemy that I said would be a risk reward for just ignoring it. But again, as you'll see here, whether it does the wombo combo or not, because that's how it was a risk reward, is because it either is going to hit you twice and then roar at you, or it's going to continue to hit you for about a 5-hit combo. And that would kill you on story difficulty. So it was always like, do I risk it or do I not? But here it's just free because like the amount of damage you do is not even like half your HP.
Yeah, you take like no damage
combo.
now.
And also, fun fact, you can get hit coming or in this cutscene, depending if they are near you enough, and you will know because you will hear the hit sound. And now we go to Scarecrow Land. I hope you're all ready for Scarecrow Land, because it's time.
I'm excited.
So here we go.
Yeah, this puzzle you kind of just need to memorize which ones you need to go to. And you get an additional fun factor of like the fog, where I guess technically if you mess with the graphic settings, you don't have the fog anymore.
Oh yeah, if you turn them to the lowest settings, so if you're playing like on 120, because for me to play on 120, I have to lower everything. There's no fog. You can see like the next group at all times. But the answer to that first group was the one with the sickle. The next one is going to be the one in the middle. To be fair, the game looks a lot creepier when you disable all the fog. Like, it just looks like a horror game because you're like, I'm walking in the abyss.
It just looks wrong.
Oh, gotcha.
So here we go. There's number 2. And then the next one you're going to want the one that has the pin in its spine. It also has a bird on its chest, but I didn't notice that at first. I always paid attention to the fact that the thing was in its spine. So I'm like, it's the one with the thing in its spine. Never mind the fact that there's a bird, like right there, very visible. And there we go. And this one will lead us to the 4th. You can't just go straight to the 5th one either. You need to grab each of these for the game to, like, I guess, uninvisible wall itself, I guess is the phrase I want to use.
Yeah, there's a bunch of, I guess, story flags the game wants you to do. Because if you try to keep going, the game will basically spawn you back to the beginning, like of whichever mannequin one you were on at that time. Not to the very, very beginning, but whichever one you were doing. The game's like, no, you have to solve the puzzle.
Yeah. And then for the 4th one, what you always want to remember is that they're in between 2 people. Also, if you grab the wrong one, it'll come to life and try to kill you. And it will prevent you from grabbing the next one. And yes, you can wake up every single one of them if you wanted to. I don't know why you would. Oh, we've all
It's fun. Because they follow you to the next one. They just follow you forever.
I just love the almost the same time Abby, like, I don't know why anyone would, and Panda's like, I did it.
I also did it because the clues are actually very terrible to tell you which one you want. That was actually a complaint. I don't know if they ever fixed that, but the translation apparently was really bad for the clues. Anyway, that was number 5. Number 5 will always be the one that was furthest away from the starter scarecrow, which is usually just half a scarecrow body, and but still in the group, because you can see some even further away. And it's just like, no, you want to make sure that they're still in the group. And now we're in Foxland Part 2, where we got to run around a lot and also go into a room and do absolutely nothing in it. You'll see what I'm talking about in a second. Yeehaw.
So intrigued.
Yeah,
Also,
there's a
the
lot
game,
of like random story triggers.
the game also likes you taking lefts. This is apparently a thing in most of the games that I play, is that the game's like, please take left turns, even though you wouldn't think to take left turns. And then we go in here, and then we gotta grab a key. Don't worry, we'll be coming back into this area soon, but not yet. So now that we have the key, we go back under, and now we're gonna head into that room that we do nothing in. Mm-hmm. Because it's going to unlock another door. Because literally it's like, oh, I have the key to open this door. There must be something in here. No. The goal is to turn around and do nothing. Just like this. There's nothing there. There's no cool secrets. There's no, like, food, healing items, nothing. And now we can get the Inari statue. Hooray! Or sculpture. But what is a sculpture but a tiny statue, am I right?
Exactly.
Also, we now get pirates. I don't know why I think they're pirates, but they're pirates. They've always been pirates. I've always called them pirates. It's because of the swords they use. It reminds me of, like, pirates.
Abby, I'm getting mixed signals. Do you think they're pirates?
Maybe.
Okay.
It was because the aliens.
Oh, yeah.
And now we get the Nagata. Fun fact, we only use the Nagata like once because like I think the Fox Arm is like the next area, isn't it? It's been a while since I've played through the entire
Yep.
game. And
Yeah,
then,
I think you only use it if you're doing new game, probably.
and then it's like everybody hates the Fox Arm because the Fox Arm kind of sucks. And it's like I would have loved to have continued to, I don't know, use the weapons I had more than this giant Fox Arm. Thank you.
No, you must use this arm.
We don't see that arm in this category.
Nice.
So there we go. We're now in the library. She's very confused that there's a library here, and I'm like, I don't know. Maybe it's a lakeside library. There's got to be like libraries that are near bodies of water, right?
You would think.
Sure.
咲子なのどこ
And we're just taking a lovely stroll through the library, and our friend who is dead, Sakako, is now talking to us. When I killed the 3 mannequins at the end of chapter 1, we find our friend dead. Or, like, we find her dead, and then we get attacked, and then we, like, give her, like, a burial, if I recall correctly, at the end of chapter 1. And then we're like, what is happening? And boy, does the UFO ending have some fun things about that. So there we go.
Aliens.
にいるの
Yeah, aliens. So we now have the orb, and now I hope nobody's afraid of creepy dolls, because now we have creepy doll enemies that have fused together into one giant doll. Also, I haven't switched weapons yet. Should probably remember to do that.
Admittedly, when
I don't
first saw
know
that
if it's
enemy-
faster or slower to run with the knife or the Nagata. Sorry, you were saying.
I was saying with the creepy doll enemy. I was like, the first time I saw that, I'm thinking, oh, there's someone somewhere not happy playing this game right now when they see that enemy.
And there I've picked up the Higashi. That Higashi is very missable because you kind of do have to aim the camera at the ground in order to pick it up. It took me quite a while to actually find it and pick it up back when we had to use 2 of them for the run. And I was like, ah. And then, yeah, but if you look down at the ground, you will be able to pick it up. And now we have the only boss fight of this category, who is Sakako, whose strategy completely changed when the new difficulty dropped. So it used to be counter hit, 3 hits, counter hit, and then death, but now it's counter hit, 1. Do not hit her any more times, otherwise she's going to teleport. And we have to hope that I can get the... Oh, nope. Sometimes Sakako wants to be nice and allow me to counter. Other times... Oh, come on. I wasn't even holding back and you went back. Apparently Hinako wants to make this difficult for us all. There we go. And then we're just going to not do that, but apparently do that. So hopefully she'll... Uh-oh. Oh, God, no. No! Why? Okay, we're going into phase 2. Welcome to phase 2, where she'll just disappear.
Yeah, ideally you want to do your best to not enter this phase at all, because yeah, as you can see here, she just goes wherever she wants, and she has this whole arena to do that.
Yep. And you have X amount of seconds before she kills your fear meter, which is the one with the flower on top, and then she does a massive amount of damage. I don't know how much damage that actually does. I have no idea why a heavy attack decided to just come out, because I didn't even hit that button. I think my controller is dying. Yay. But I'm not sure. So yeah, now we're just running. We used to backdash here. Backdashing is nerfed. Rip backdashing. So there we go. Also, when you're playing on the lowest settings, you can see Shu and Rinko run the entire way. You can kind of see them run the entire way if you pay close enough attention. But it's just kind of funny because in the cutscenes where you meet back up with them each time, he's like, I killed some enemies and stuff while waiting for you. And it's like, no, you did not. I have watched you run the entire way. Like, you can see them being little blobs over there running forward. And it's like, you did nothing. Also, welcome to Chapter 5. I forgot to...
It's a heck of a way to introduce Chapter 5.
Of course, we're not going to see all of Chapter 5 because we don't do all of Chapter 5 because aliens.
We have to go look at posters.
I enjoy posters.
And then there's actually we're actually about to pass poster 3, but because you have to look at them in an order, we can't just go, let me go look at at poster 3 and then continue on to poster 2. No, you have to go to poster 2 first and then go back to poster 3. Luckily, poster 3 is also near the end of, or the little UFO that ends the game. But, like, it's kind of like, I would have liked to have interacted with poster 3, like, right now, and then ran back, but no. Also, whenever you hear an enemy making that scream, they're in a animation to grab you. Now, obviously, if you're far away enough, then you don't have to worry about it. But just know that something was able to see you and was going to try to grab and stab you. As we're just heading down here, we're also going to be waiting for one of the mannequins to get off the bridge. Because it is faster to wait for this thing to get off the bridge than to go and fight it on the bridge and get it to get off the bridge.
That is solid logic right there.
Here we go.
See, aliens.
Yeah, aliens. And then
yeah, she's just a pain.
They decided to go back on the bridge. That is very rare that they decide to do that to me. And I'm like, please don't. Curse you. And then we're gonna run to the third one, which again is all the way back here. Again, we don't go to the school, despite the fact that the game's like, please go to the school. It's like, no, thank you. Also, it's weird because the radio tells you that the bridge is out, but interacting with the radio and hearing that, Hinako doesn't tell everybody, oh, by the way, the bridge is out. I heard it on the radio.
Yeah, we go there for her to be like, oh, yeah.
By the way.
No, there's now 3 UFOs. Sacre bleu.
E-cats.
And then we gotta go see the big man. Luckily, he was out of the way enough, and that's time. That was the UFO ending. And now you get this comic strip. Very 60s comic strip of the ending of the video game. That is really cool because nothing's happening. They're just walking around town like everything's fine and dandy. But yeah, Panda, would you like to tell the fine people where they can find you?
Yep. You can find me at twitch.tv/pandemonium, and I have been doing all kinds of speedruns lately. We've been doing Silent Hill F, we've been doing Shenmue. Yeah, you never know. Never know what you're gonna see that day.
Yakuza from time to time. It's true.
True.
Some definite bangers.
And you can see me on twitch.tv/Abby's Corner, and it's Christmas Kiryu Kazuma, which means I have to play through 0, K1, K2, 5. I don't know why people don't consider Yakuza 2 to be a Christmas game when it's literally a year after to the day a year after the events of Yakuza 1. which is the Christmas game. Because, listen, 0, 1, and 2 all take place in December, okay? I'm just saying. But yeah,
I was not expecting hot takes like that. I love it.
it's true. Yeah, and also I'm playing Pokemon and things like that because I'm trying to complete the Pokedex of every Switch Pokemon game. Because I don't know why, but it's a thing. And I also speedrun a lot of different games. I actually just hit game number 60. So if you like a lot of speedruns, that's what you can also see on my channel. Yeah. Also, they're telling each other about embarrassing things in order to prove that they're not aliens, because apparently the thing that was chasing Hinako was actually a robot, but is out of batteries. So they're like, how do we tell we're not aliens? Tell embarrassing stuff that they would only know. So that's what's happening in the ending. I know I've been talking over the ending, but yeah, thanks for having us. Also, if you want to see some cool speedruns like Claire Obscure 33 and possibly in the future Killzone Shadowfall, you should follow Oscar424 on twitch.television.
Aww. Well, I think y'all should follow both Abby and Panda for some absolute banger speedruns. And I still can't believe this UFO ending isn't the canon one, because I would totally believe that everyone was getting followed by a robot in this.
Yes.
Canon in my heart.
Right? The one true ending is the one that we have in our hearts.
Yes.
Thank you.
This is also the second game to feature a Silent Hill song. Silent Hill 3 Silent Hill song is still better. And yes, we got to the best part of the ending, where they all just beat up Shu because he's an idiot.
Well, on that, give GG's one more time to Abby for that absolute awesome run of Silent Hill F UFO, and GG's to Panda for some awesome commentary.
Thank you.
And for all